Jada is back at it, here to give everyone another Dexter Season 2 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am, in rewatching or watching Dexter, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further just to avoid any potential spoilers. And this will be Dexter Season 2, Episode 3. The title of this episode is called An Inconvenient Lie. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So it starts off with Dexter attending an NA meeting, and he leaves right away. He doesn't stay till the end, and Rita, with all of her experience with addicts, finds out Dexter didn't stay till the end of the meeting due to the fact that he didn't have the newcomer's chip that they give people during their first meeting at the end of them. So Dexter says he'll go tomorrow and stay till the end. Matthews announces Lundy's task force. Masuka says Lundy made him LFI, which is the lead forensic investigator. Batista and Deb are also on Lundy's task force. Lundy tells Matthews he wants Pascal to consult with him before speaking with the press, and Matthews says he'll rip her a new one if he can find her, because Pascal is MIA. Lundy says it will lead to a pattern that will lead to our man, essentially. Dexter goes to visit Roger Hicks. He's a car salesman, and Roger lies to Dexter while trying to sell him a van. So actually, Dexter ends up buying this new vehicle. When he arrives to the station in it, LaGuardia calls it a mommy mobile, and Deb tells Lundy she wants off Lundy's task force. He says he'll see what he can do. Masuka gets Dexter into the tent with all the remains of the victims that have been found. And Dexter goes to the meeting to get his newcomer's chip. He shares at the host's request, and he uses a different name. He says his name is Bob, because Lila, who we'll know about her later, Lila says, "What is your name?" And he says, "Bob." Everybody, I think, knew he was lying at that point in time in the episode. Turn to page 2. And then Dexter says he uses heroin, says he almost died. Lila tells Dexter, after he's done speaking, that the coffee there sucks, as it's just as bad as the donuts they have that are rock hard. I don't know if that's a thing at all meetings, AA or NA, but the donuts are always terrible from what I've heard. Never went to one myself, but that's what I hear. And then Lila asks Dexter how full of shit is he. Lila knows his performance was a lie. I think everybody probably did when he said Bob. She seems to know quite a bit about what Dexter's going through and what he is, aside from the killer aspect. She knows he's got a dark past, that's for sure. And Dexter says the program's too risky after his meeting with Lila, because they go off for, coffee. He tells Rita the program's too risky because Lila's figuring things out, and Rita will have to understand. Dexter says he's better off alone. Rita kisses him and says she hopes he'll change his mind. And then Rita actually kicks Dexter out of her place. So Dexter goes back to visit the dealership. He meets Roger. He actually meets Roger's next potential victim, as he ran a credit check on her and sent her across the street because he was waiting in Roger's office because Roger kept trying to blow him off. He's like, "No, I'll just wait for you." And then this gorgeous female came into his office and says, "Oh, he sent you over, didn't he?" So Dexter finds out that Roger's DNA matches the semen found at both crime scenes. And Lundy says when Deborah says, "I asked you to take me off this task force, what's going on with it?" He says that he chose Deb because she survived being captured by a serial killer, and she knows firsthand, now knowing what she knows, how a serial killer operates with, Brian Moser or Rudy, the ice truck killer. And Matthews asks LaGuerta about Pascal. LaGuerta says Pascal's fine, surprisingly. Dokes confronts Dexter about some things he knows about Dexter, and that was kind of interesting. Like, certain things that he points out that he knows about Dexter, and Dexter's like, yeah, whatever. Dokes is obsessed with Dexter from day one. And then Dexter drops off some x-rays to the tent for Masuka, and he ends up running into Frank Lundy there. Like, Lundy was there all quiet, and nobody really knew he was there, and he starts to have a conversation with Dexter. And then, so Dexter decides to slash one of Dokes' tires so he can do his thing. Instead of giving Roger the M99, Dexter actually chokes out Roger and says he wants... what did I write here? I don't even know here. Oh, he says Roger was right about the ample cargo space. So the vehicle he got, the van, it did have a lot of space, so he could put Roger's body back there. And then Dexter is actually pretty impressed with how Roger can actually jump from one lie to another lie. Like, he just lies like crazy. He's already said 5 lies in a 20-second time period. So Dexter ends up killing Roger, and then Dexter goes back to the NA meeting and actually says his name is Dexter. He goes to the stage and says, "My name is Dexter," and talks about his dark passenger. And then everybody claps after Dexter finishes, and then Sergeant James Doak shows up at the meeting. Says he knew there was something wrong with Dexter. The secrets, the sneaking around, it all makes sense. Lots of cops have been where you are. The booze, the drugs makes the job go easier. Stay clean and stay out of my way, and we won't have a problem. And you owe me a new Michelin, motherfucker. Love that line by Dokes. That was great. Well, everything he says there. And then Deb finds out from interviewing the victims that want to give information about missing people that they know that 2 victims have prison records. Lundy thinks it could be a pattern. Dexter wakes Rita up to tell her the program is good. Is really good. It's already helping a lot. And then Dexter shows Rita his sponsor, which of course is Lila. And of course Rita is none too happy about that. So Rita's jealous, and that is the end of the episode. So pretty good episode. It had a lot of stuff in it, and I really liked it. This is one of the reasons why I like season 2. It's got some interesting things that happen. Now, as far as my rating for the episode, now I know some people like to give the episode a 10 no matter what. I can't give it a 10 because it's not an epic episode, but I'm going to give it a 9.2, and that's probably higher than a rating that I would have gave it a couple of years ago. It's good. And as far as the character of the episode, I mean, Lila had her moments, Dokes had his moments, Lundy had his moments, obviously Dexter had his moments. Roger Hicks, should we give it to Roger Hicks? I'm going to give it to Roger Hicks because he was interesting, and everybody else was too. Maybe the whole cast is the character of the episode. Even Matthews was good in this episode. Well, Matthews is usually good for the small party plays. So, yeah, I can't make my mind up on this one as far as the character of the episode. I probably wanted to give it to Dokes because Dexter slashed his tire, and he still was able to follow Dexter to the NA meeting. That would be my opinion. So, Roger Hicks, Dokes, wherever you want to go with that. So, you've heard what I have to say. I'm a big fan of this episode. I really like Lundy, I really like Dokes, and I really like Lila. 3 interesting characters to go along with Dexter. Now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of Dexter or Dexter New Blood or anything that's on JDev TV, or if you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, go ahead and smash that like button. If there's anybody that you want to share this with, or if you want to put this on your social media platforms, please do so. I would appreciate it. Sound off in the comment section about what you think about this episode. What would you score it? And if you had to choose, aside from Dexter, who would be your character of the episode and your favorite moment? I love the whole Dokes line about stay clean and stay out of my way, and we won't have a problem. And you owe me a Michelin, motherfucker. You owe me a new Michelin, motherfucker. That would probably be my favorite moment. But share yours as well. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channels. I'm always trying to get new subscribers. Need your help to do so. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.